Spanish cathedral called La Giralda, which is in Seville, Spain. In the beginning of Chicago's history, architects here didn't really have their own styles just yet. They were copying European styles because that's what was popular at the time. So this is called the Spanish Revival style. Berkeley is covered in thousands of delicate terracotta tiles, but they're also fireproof, and that's kind of a thing here in Chicago. Straight ahead of us is our second tallest building in the city, the Trump International Hotel and Tower, designed by Adrian Smith and built in 2009. This style is called contextualism because it matches and flatters its context, often with mirror glass windows. Notice it has 3 terraces. Its first terrace is the same height as the Wrigley. Its second terrace is the same height as a tall, thin white tower across the river. And its third terrace is the same height as its next door neighbor. We can just start to see coming around the bend. That is the AMA Medical Center. Notice some of the tower's lower floors are kind of wavy, like the waves of the river or contest. Now, up to the left, you'll see the Jewelers Building with the dome on top, almost shaped like a rocket ship or a jewelry box. You might recognize those corners up there from a scene in Transformers 3 when they were all hanging out there making their next plan. The Jewelers Building was designed for the jewelers in mind with a car elevator. And they did that because this was built in the 20s when the mafia were running around everywhere. And the jewelers were afraid of getting robbed on the way from their car to the door through the parking lot. So they had a car elevator built in it. They could go straight up. Not have to worry about those pesky mafia. Now, back up to the right are everybody's favorite giant twin corncob towers. Marina City. Marina City was designed by Bertrand Goldberg in the 60s. His idea was to bring people to come live downtown. Back in his day, nobody lived in downtown Chicago because there was nothing fun to do or see here back then. So Goldberg had to make a huge effort to get people to move into this complex, which boasted some laundromat, grocery stores, retail shops, cinema, restaurants, and a marina downstairs for its residents' boats, and 18 floors of parking spaces, which are valet only. Now you might notice that those cars are parked right up to the edge, right over the river, that one part there. You might be wondering to yourself, has anybody ever driven a car into the river from up there? Well, rest assured, the answer is yes, because this is America. Twice. Once was for a movie, The Hunter, with Steve McQueen, and the other one was for a car insurance commercial. Must have been quite the policy on that one. Now, up to your left, you'll see a beautiful Greek temple on top of a shiny glass tower. This is 77 West Wacker, a nice example of the neoclassical style. Neoclassical is the fusion of the new and the old together in perfect harmony. You can see the modern mirrored glass windows framed by classical Portuguese royal white granite. It almost makes it look as if you're seeing through the building. It's a beautiful effect. 77 was designed by a Spanish architect named Ricardo Bofill from Barcelona, and it was built in 1992. It's pretty cold out here. All right, on the right, you can see a red brick building that's asymmetrical. You can actually count. It has 6 bays of windows to the east of the clock tower, but only 5 sections to the west of the clock tower. And that's because they had to come in and destroy a section of their own building to make space for the expansion of LaSalle Street here in the 20s when the city was growing rapidly. I'm sure the architects weren't too happy about that. Nowadays, they have inside of here the headquarters of Encyclopedia Britannica. Does anybody over 30 remember Encyclopedia Britannica? All right. Still lives on, online now. Continuing up on the right is this tall glass building known as 300 North LaSalle. My favorite feature of this one is that lovely little steakhouse they have downstairs called Chicago Cut. I went there 4 years ago once to celebrate getting this job at Shoreline Sightseeing. I should go back. It was very good, yes. Right next to it is the Helene Curtis building with large windows and a three-part design, an example of Chicago architects starting to move away from the European styles, transitioning to their own unique Chicago styles of architecture. Continuing on the right is this big wide merchandise art built in the Art Deco style. You'll know Art Deco by its deep inset windows, vertical racing stripes, polished Indiana limestone, and repetitive geometric